So, how is everything going so far?
Oh, just slow.
Mm-hmm.
Last couple of weeks, I really hadn't had a lot of time to make too many connections. It's been crazy at work,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, just slow. I mean, I've made lots of connections, just not really anything solid,
Mm-hmm.
that would land me any clients. But I've got it down. I know how to do it, follow the script. I've really been working with Facebook more, so I'd like to, get on LinkedIn today too, and just kind of get in there and look around.
Okay.
The, the searches that I've been trying to do, uh, I'll have you show me that again. I'm not doing something right. Like when I go to search in Facebook, people who live in Arkansas who like blah, blah, blah. It's not really pulling anybody up for me, so I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm doing wrong. But
Okay. We'll take a look at that.
okay,
Okay. So you're here, and you should hear me on your computer. And as soon as I hear you on mine, we'll hang up the phone. So
okay,
and
yeah,
so, can you hear me on your testing? One, two,
yes,
three.
it says I'm muted. Let me click this.
Okay. As soon as I hear you on my end, I'm gonna hang up. Testing one,
Okay.
testing, testing one, two, three. I think
Turn my volume.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Okay. So can you still hear me?
Let me turn my volume up on the computer just a second. I can
Yeah.
barely hear you.
I'm gonna do. Yeah. Well, I turned mine up too. That was my problem.
Okay, I can hear you really good now.
Okay. Good. Okay. So you say that your searches haven't produced results, but how ultimately what you're trying to do is you're trying to find people to talk to that would be interested in your business, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, in your mind, who would that person be?
Um, who would that person be for me
Yeah.
in my business?
Yeah.
Health coaches.
Okay.
I've kind of gone through my warm market, so I'm just kind of reaching out in some different areas now.
Okay. Okay. Well, here, look. You have a nursing background, okay, which means that you can relate to other nurses. Other nurses can relate to you. You're interested in nutrition. Other people that are interested in nutrition would also be interested in you. Okay, you'd be interested in talking to those folks. Am I right?
Right.
And you'd feel comfortable talking to them too, right?
Right.
Okay. Now we know when it comes. Let's come over here to home. What what we want to do is I'm getting some kind of background noise. What we're trying to do is locate people by profession, but there are other ways to do it too. Okay, lots of other ways.
Okay.
And and because you're a nurse, because you have this passion for nutrition, you could talk to anybody, and you've got credibility, as opposed to a truck driver that knows nothing about nutrition but is promoting a product with a great, a company with a great product. So if we come over here and ultimately, whatever the results of your searches, if we come over here and look in your message area, right here, this is where you measure your activity. This is where you measure your performance. This is where we can see if you're talking to the right people. If right here, so it's all going to be right here. Okay. So let's come back to searching. So so here, let me just stay here for another minute. So you have a basic message that you're going to send out to everybody that's new. And, hi, your page came up on Facebook or someone I should like to know. So we can scroll down here and we could see how many of those you sent out. So your goal I know you don't have a lot of time, okay? But if you want to be successful in your business every day, even though you don't have a lot of time, you want to be able to reach out to at least two people that you don't know, okay? You going to be able to do that?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. We're going to jump into the scripts book, and we're going to pull out the message that you would send to somebody. And it's going to be the same message, but we're going to modify it a little bit for the person on the other end. Okay, we'll go with this one because we're going to change it. Now, these are the basic words that you would use reaching out to someone, okay? So now we're going to come up here and let's do a search for, in fact, I'm going to open up another window so we'll keep the message center open here. Okay?
Okay.
And then over here, we'll do our search. We'll go to our home page. And let me look at one thing first. Okay, so you're in. Let me just take a look at this. Okay. All right. So now we're going to search. We're going to search for people, and let's search. Let's search for other nurses. Okay.
Okay.
People who like nurses. Now you type it in here. Now you have two options. You have two options. You could either come down here and click people who like nurses. And now that got us what we were looking for. Now, most of the people who like nurses are nurses. So one way, but sometimes the reason that you don't get search results, I'm going to do it again. People who like nurses. No, I didn't want to put it there. I wanted to put it down here. People who like nurses. Now, what I did before was I clicked on it down here. Instead, if I hit the enter key up here, up at the top, okay, it's bringing us to the same place. So here, if you scroll down, you're going to see, whenever, boy, I'm getting an echo here. It's kind of distracting. Do you hear any kind of a back echo?
No, it's very quiet.
Okay, are you talking to me on a speakerphone?
Just my computer.
Okay. Okay. It's picking up. Okay, maybe it's coming over the internet. I don't know. Okay, so here, whenever you do a search, the people who are going to come up are going to be people who have the most things in common with you. All right?
Okay.
So the first thing that's going to come up, you see at the top, this person's already your friend. These other people, you have 14 mutual friends. You have 19 mutual friends. You have 13 mutual friends. And sometimes you can tell by looking at your mutual friends where you might have these mutual friends from. Could be your business, your company. So scrolling down here, here you got 13 mutual friends. So she's a case manager. And sometimes it's because, they live close to you. Notice all of these people went to the same school you went to, Arkansas State. So let's take a look at this person here. So you take your mouse, you put it over her name, and then you right click. And have you been doing that, opening up new tabs when you look at people?
No.
Okay. Well, what that's going to do is that's going to speed up the process, okay? Let me show you again. I'll go down a little further, put my mouse over Sarah, right-click, open the link in a new tab, and notice up at the top here I'm starting to build up some tabs.
Okay.
So we want to make sure we don't put too many up here because your computer will start to slow down. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one more. Going to come down here, and we're going to do, let's see, she works at a medical center. You got 19 friends. We're going to look at her. So now we're going to go up and we're going to look at the first one. And here she's got an add a friend button, no follow me button. But we come down here and we can see she posted something here on March 11th. Now all we know about her is that she's a registered nurse, and let's take a look at all of her friends. Okay, do you know any of these people?
I do, several.
Now how do you know them? Where do you know them from?
I'm a school nurse. Some of them are moms. Some I used to work with.
Okay, good.
Went to high school with.
Perfect. All right. So now here's what we're going to do. We're going to look. So somehow along, but you don't know her.
No, I don't know her.
Okay. So the reason that she could have come up, there's a lot of reasons why. So we're going to come back over to her page. Now that's Snow. Did you guys have, let's see, updated her cover photo? So here, she'll let you share things. Let's look at her. Let's look at some of the things that she's posting. And people will post videos. And we want to be, anything that we say needs to be genuine. In fact, if you like something that someone did, sometimes it's you can share it. And there's nothing that people like more than people who appreciate what they're doing. Whoops, what has he got here?
It's a big fish, a carp or something.
So, whoa. What is that? Holy smokes.
It looks like a bass.
Yeah.
He was just dangling a fish lure in the water and caught it.
Okay. So, she did that on February the 7th, okay? So now what we're going to do here is let's go over here and read about her. Now, we don't want to spend a lot of time doing this. We want to do it in less than 3 minutes. So she tells us she's a nurse, and let's look at details. What does she say about herself? So she may not realize that, she's not very visible on here. She's not very, very active. But she's been a nurse for 13 years. Okay? So she's about at the time, do you think maybe she's ever approached the burnout rate or the burnout point?
I would say so.
Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do two things. First, we're going to send her a message. Okay? And so we're going to go in here and we're going to wait for it to come up. Now, there are two ways to do this. Okay? When these messages come up, they're going to come up this way, and we're going to paste our little comment in there. Now, we're going to come up here to the top, and we're gonna address it. Hi, Sarah. Now, everything that you say here has to be true and relevant. So your pages came up on my Facebook. Someone I should like to know. And after looking after seeing that you're a nurse two, I'd have to agree. Okay, now perhaps that's perhaps it came up because we're both nurses. Or because we have some mutual friends. And then we're going to go LOL. I just have to get rid of the text that okay, here we go. LOL. Who knows why Facebook does things? I'm on Facebook to meet like-minded, positive people. Hope you feel the same way. Let's connect as friends to share helpful information and laughs. Period. Okay? Now, what you're looking for, you're talking to a nurse who most probably, and I'm going to copy this because we're going to do this over and over. Now,
Okay.
now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the enter button. And we're going to send this.
So you don't send the friend, so you don't add the friend first and then send the message?
The reason I like to send the message first and then go up and add the friend is whenever you send a friend, you want to do both, but it's maybe, I don't know, you always want to make sure you do this, because when you do this, then if the person unfriends, if the person doesn't see it or they don't accept you, this is what it's going to look like. If it comes back to the original being this. Whoops. No, I don't want to cancel it. Okay. So you can send the friend request first, but always send the message. Don't just send the friend request, okay? It's very important.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the next one. We'll shut this one down. So we're looking for something that we could like about the person. Now, again, she's got an add a friend button. If you look at a person's page and you see that they don't have an add a friend button, it means their settings have been altered to where she can only, the general default setting on Facebook is you can only, people can only send you a friend request if you have mutual friends. So that's why you're seeing this. If you didn't have any mutual friends and you saw add a friend, it means that they're open. Otherwise, without any mutual friends, sometimes you don't see the add a friend button.
Okay.
So we can look over here and we could see she posted something. So we're trying to find things on her page that we could say we like, and 8 weird things about surgical nurses that you never knew. Okay, so there is some stuff on here that you could say, hey, I like. Let's go take a look at about. Let's go ahead and see. Well, she's been a nurse she studied nursing. So now she's only been a nurse for a little under a year.
Mm-hmm.
And let's look at places she just started a year ago, less than a year. And let's look at where she's lived. Contact information. 20. So she's about 32. Am I doing my math right? 2017.
Is the background noise better now?
No, I still hear it.
Hmm.
Okay, so she's 30. She's 36. So she's just getting into nursing at 36. Now the question is, what did she do before, right? Okay, so is this somebody that you were prospecting?
Yeah, we kind of connected a while back.
Okay. Okay. We'll come back to this, okay? Now, when you say you kind of connected, I guess we better take this really quick. Because we have to look at who you're talking to and how you move the conversation along. So let's take a look at Angie. And we'll just take it, we'll bring up her page this way. Down here at the bottom right, if you click on the link, you can bring up her page to remind ourselves who she is. So she's got a pretty cover. And
I think I did a search for nurses and found her.
yeah. Okay, good. So now let's come back over here. And now you guys are friends.
No, she liked the post.
Yep. Right. So what do? I'm a nurse at the Women's Clinic in Batesville. I've been in nursing for 13 years and love it. I was working in OB at the hospital, but changed to the clinic for better hours, more time availability, and pay and more and activities with my family. Okay, so she still loves nursing. Okay, this is a different person. Okay. So change to the clinic for better hours, more time for activities with the family. Okay. And now, how long have you been in nursing?
Me?
Yeah.
24 years.
Okay. And when do you plan on stop nursing?
Well, I would like to stop soon if I can
Okay.
get my business off the ground.
Well, that's exactly why we're here. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, notice she's not asking anything about you. Now, so she's been nursing for 13 years, so she probably has older kids if she has them. Let's ask. For better hours. I can relate. LOL. Let's just take a look at her page again, because she may very well tell us on her page. Let's look at family. So she's got a daughter. Boy, she looks like she's got a big family. They look older.
Yeah, I do.
So staying home with the family. Okay. I was working, but changed to the clinic for better hours, more time for activities with my family. Okay. So she's happy. She's telling you that she wants to spend more time with the family, and I can. Okay. Okay. Now, do you think she's making more or less money working for the clinic?
Oh, she's making less.
Okay. Okay. Um, so I'm curious. Well, we don't have to say that because she just brought it up here. For better hours. So,
We asked about,
well, see, yeah, well, she's giving you the opportunity. She just told you, I'm working in the OB at the hospital, but changed to the clinic for better hours. How did that change affect your income? Okay? She brought it up. But okay, I relate to better hours, LOL. I can't spend. So we're going to say here, I know what you mean. I can relate to wanting better hours. I can't spend enough time with my family. Now, how did that change affect your income? You're having a conversation. Okay, this is really important, okay? You're having a conversation with somebody. How would you feel if I was just going to send how did that change affect your income? That would have worked too. But we want to have a conversation. You know, we just don't want to hit her with question after question after question. Okay? So whenever you've got your script, okay? You've got that list of questions that you can ask.
right.
But what you want to do is you need to remember that you're having a conversation. So you're both nurses. You're asking a question that you know the answer to.
Right.
But you need to ask the question. So, and that's the problem we have sometimes on here. We look at a person's profile. We know what that person's situation is. But what you have to do is you have to get them to open up and tell you about it. And it's easy to do. You just you send them questions. So let's go back over here to this is this is the other one. Okay, so let's go back over here. We looked at this is another person. She's a nurse. She updated her profile picture last November. So November, December, January, February, March, 5 months ago. Now, maybe she hasn't gotten around to doing a lot, but I would bet you, well, let's see. Let's click on About. And there's no workplace. She's studying to be a nurse, looks like. So we're going to go up here. We're going to pass on this one.
Okay.
Okay? Now we're going to come back over to our search. Okay? And we're going to scroll down a little further. Now, this is just people who like nurses.
Right.
So we can scroll over here and we could see, she is, you got mutual friends. We're going to come down here and you got one mutual friend. And you know, it's kind of funny how you could almost look, everybody's got a different agenda, right? So you could almost look at a person's picture and know in advance, I don't want to waste my time with this one.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over here. And so we've opened up 3 more. Okay? Now let's take a look and see. Now somebody just sent you, she just returned a message. So let's come back over here. Oh, good. That's the best. Okay, so it didn't. That's great. That's great. Now, here's a way to open this up, okay? That's great.
Okay, so I would be lost right after that. I'd be like, because she doesn't really want to talk.
Okay, right. Or you can say here, I'm happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay? Now watch this. Period. I'm so happy to hear that because many of the nurses I work with online have taken pay cuts, have. Now we want to ask her a question. We want
Now,
to
when you say many of the nurses I work with online, what's that?
well, because because what you're doing is you're building a business around your company, and you're doing it online, right? I mean, how are people going to know about your network marketing business? You're
So we're subtly opening up about my network marketing business.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so many of the nurses I work with online have taken pay cuts. Now that's going to make her curious about, well, what do you do online?
Right. Okay.
But now the average salesperson would say, "Would you like to know what I'm doing?" And we're not going to do that. We're gonna bring it back to her. She says more time and activities with the family. How big is how many kids do you? How big is your family? Now, to ask that question, how big is your family? How big is your family?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Kristy. How big is your family?
I have two children.
Okay. So you offer the information up about yourself first. I have two children. How big is your family? So what we've done here is because she didn't ask you. She didn't ask you. So we're just kind of slipping it in. I've been a nurse for 25 years. If she had asked you, well, what do you do? You'd be saying, I've been a nurse for 25 years, and now thanks to my growing business, we're I'm going to be retiring next year. And then you just talk about a totally different subject.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right. So
that is something. Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And it's true. Now, as you start opening up into different specialties, as you start, let's say you just say, I'm a nutrition, I love nutrition, and I'm going to prospect for nutritionists. Then the line would be many of the nutritionists that I'm working with. Now the reason I threw online there is because you're both nurses, and I want her to make sure she understands, you're doing it online. For other people in different professions, it could be, many of the chiropractors I work with, have turned to the internet to make extra income. What prompted you to become a chiropractor? You always bring the conversation back to them. You don't want to ask a question and then offer your solution before you get a couple of other things checked off. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've got that.
Okay. Well, listen, look, you're going to get all of this, okay? I mean, really, it's like learning how to dance. So here we've got another nurse. She posted something in February. Well, that's it's about a month and a half. And we'll look over here and we'll check out about. And there's not a lot of information here. Okay? We're not seeing a lot. And now we're going to just go back over to her timeline, and we're going to see if she's got anything on here that, we could say, I mean, you don't have to go down very far. We're going to pass on her. All right? So now we go to the next one. Mother and child. Updated her cover in February. Come down a little further. So, it's got some interesting posts. I misread this. Because even forever doesn't seem long enough to be without you. I don't know how. Okay, so she's writing back. Let's get it over here. Okay. Where's the messenger? Okay, here it is. I have 2 children, 2 which are married. Now, how old are your kids?
They're 17 and 12.
Okay. So what question would you ask her here? Based on what you see right there.
I guess I'm gonna ask her if she had any grandchildren.
Excellent. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now we could say, could make it easy. Now we're kind of hoping that she's going to come back and she's going to give us a little bit more information, okay? And if she doesn't, remember, both of you are friends now, okay? So we don't have to take this. We don't have to discover how she likes nursing right now if they don't give it to us right away, because she told you she loves it. Now, today she loves it. Today she loves it. Talk to a school teacher over the summer. They love teaching. Talk to a school teacher in October, right before Halloween, and they'll tell you they're not having their best week. So it's just a matter of getting that person, catching that person at a time when the other person is open. And in the meantime, what you're going to do is we're going to go on Facebook and on our page, we're going to be posting things of interest. We're going to be posting things of value to to people that would be interested in a home-based business. So with her, let's see, what do we decide to do with her? Why we didn't look. So let's see. About, no places. Okay, interesting. And contact and basic information. So she's 43. And you have one mutual friend. So again, I'll tell you something. We're gonna be really selective, okay? Now she posted a picture here in December, okay? And we come down here. She'll only let you share things, and so you can see here. So you can see here that she's not very active on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And if we went to look at about, nothing here. So we're going to pass on her.
Okay.
Okay?
I need to be very selective. They haven't posted recently, probably.
Well, within, but yes, selective within limits. Okay? Now, with the person that you're talking to right there, she's giving you short answers. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at this one here. She's a nurse case manager at a home. We'll come down here. We'll look at senior recruiter. Now, she likes nurses. I'm sure she does. She tries to recruit nurses into something. So all of these people, as you scroll down, you've got all kinds of opportunities to find out more about the other person. And so we can just keep going down and we look at the picture. Okay? And let's take a look at hers. The more
She, I know her. She was in DoTerra, or she's in DoTerra. She kind of recruited me into that business.
Right, and she's already your friend.
Right.
Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, let's see if it's going to come up.
I don't think she even knows I've switched businesses.
Okay. So we're not going to waste our time with her. We're going to come down here, and okay, this person is in Lioness, and she likes nurses. So we're going to take a look at her, and we'll come down here, and we'll look at. Now, maybe she was a nurse at one point in time. Oh, this one does group homes. And this one's got something to do with healing. So, I mean, we can just basically go down this list. So let's take a look at Shelby. Something was posted on our page 20 hours ago. Cute baby picture. And you can see a lot about a person over here. So we scroll down a little bit, and we can see we're looking for things that she posted that we could say, hey, I like your post. And but people are posting these on her page. Okay, and now I'm again, you have so many nurses that you could be talking to. You want to find something. We go over, we look at what she does, work in education. And she got out of high school in 2010. So she's young. So we're going to pass on her. This one here hasn't done anything since 2015. When you hear about people that get suspended or, get into trouble with Facebook, it's because they're sending friend requests that created a page in 2015, and this person's not active. So what we want to do is quickly, okay, now look at this one. She's got a follow me button. So we look down here. She posted something the other day. Found her at Lioness. Now, this is someone that Lioness is a networking group. Okay, and that's why she likes nurses, because she'd like to get nurses in her group. You are going to get friend requests from all kinds of people that want to connect with you because they want to sell you something. So she founded this group. She's been in this group for 6-7 years now. Now, the question, of course, is, if we look at the rest of her work in education, this is all she talks about. Before that, she was a senior counsel, so she was some kind of an attorney. So she's still doing that. So you're talking to a lawyer that has started this networking group for women. Now, the question is, why did she found it? And then the bigger question is, in all the time she's been doing this, and the answer is yes. At some point in time, somebody has tried to tell her about network marketing. Somebody has tried to pitch her on network marketing. If you appreciate style, I have a passion for beauty, welcome. All right? Now, the thing is that when you become her friend, it connects you. Let's go over and see who her friends are. Now, you see, kind of interesting here. This is where the friends of your friends could be your friends. So we might want to spend some time over here looking at who these people are. Could they, based on what they do, be a candidate for our business? So let's first go back over to here. Well, let's just pull up her. Let's just come up to the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to add her as a friend. And so when you do that, you're automatically following somebody. and we're going to send her a message. Now the message can be, sounds like our other friend just wrote back. Now, and we got to change the name. Hi, Jane. You really have to be careful about that. So I have to, okay. Okay. So, okay, she's going to a funeral. We don't have to, you don't have to answer. Okay? So, Jane, your page just came up on Facebook. Someone I should like to know, after seeing what you do, I'd have to agree. Now, we're going to take out the part about perhaps nurses became friends, and we'll just say LOL. Who knows why Facebook does things? Nice to meet you. Okay, and we'll pop that over to her. So what we're here to do is we're here to reach out to 3 people a day. Let's go back over to, now we did people who like nurses. We could do other things. We could do, if we're looking for, we could buy nurses who like nutrition. Now, if we hit the enter key in the box up there, we're not getting people, we're getting groups. If we went with the bottom part here, the drop down, we're still not getting anything. So that's telling us that, let's try this another way. People who live in Dallas so we're going to come down here, click on people who live in Dallas. Now, this is kind of interesting, isn't it? That the people who come up first are going to be people that you've either got lots of mutual friends with, okay? Now they live in Dallas. Now the question, of course, is what do they do? This one works at an online selling service. What is she selling? Follow me on my fan page. Well, what is she selling? So she's a cashier at the mall. You know, you can literally pick and choose. Okay, so she's a CEO at the Winning Women Counseling Firm. Now that sounds interesting because you're looking for people that know a lot of people. So we'll open up hers. She's a CEO and founder. So in the course of doing this, you're going to meet some pretty, I mean, you can meet some very, very sharp people. And the question, of course, is ultimately, so somebody in her family is sick, speaker and publisher, downsizing it up, life coach. Now, so many people, let's take a look at about. She's clearly recording something in some kind of a studio. So if you look at this, let's go down to details. There's nothing here. Family and relationship. That's it. Contact and basic information. So she's a doctor. Dr. Tracy Mitchell. Actually, we can see it up here too. So now on top of all of this, you know, she's a doctor, you're a nurse, okay? So now this person would, on appearance here, be very successful, wouldn't you say?
I would say.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about approaching somebody like this? Starting, just sending her a message. Do you have a problem with that? Make you nervous?
It just makes me. It makes me a little nervous. Yeah.
Okay. Well, remember this. She wouldn't have this page up here if she didn't want to be found, if she didn't want to be approached. You got two mutual friends. Let's go over here and let's look at her friend. Okay, so all you can see are her mutual friends. So she knows a little bit about, and it looks to me like, she's very much into helping women. So now you have to also recognize the fact that here's somebody that in all likelihood has been, you're a doctor, you're a chiropractor, even you as a nurse. You get hit on all the time by people who want to get you into some kind of a networking thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So same thing with her. So what we want to do is we want to add her as a friend. Now we're automatic. Oh, now she's reached the limit. So she doesn't. That's another thing. She's gotten so popular that she doesn't realize that she's really missing out on a lot. But she's really not making a lot of use of her Facebook page. She has no idea. And she's going to go out and she's going to pay somebody. She's probably already paid somebody thousands of dollars to to do this for her, because she didn't do it. And of course the thing is, is she communicating with people? That's the most important. You want to send a message to her, and that she is gonna see. Okay, so we're gonna go, hi Tracy. Now keep in mind that she may never see this. Okay, because she's got some assistant doing it for her. Your page just came up on my Facebook. Someone I should like to know. After seeing what you do, I'd have to agree. Now we're not. We can get rid of this. Who knows what? I admire. No, let's get rid of that. I admire what you're doing to empower women. Okay, who knows why Facebook does things? Now, I admire what you're doing with it. I'd like to know, that belongs up there. The LOL doesn't fit. You just paid her a compliment and then you don't want to laugh.
Right.
Okay, so then I'd have to agree. Okay, so we'll take it out of here. Okay, now we'll pop that over. And ideally, she's going to come back, and she's going to somebody's going to write back. So this is what we want to do. We want to quickly. Let's put this one down. Okay, now you can't message her. You can only follow her because she's because you don't have any mutual friends. That's why. So
I can't send her a private message.
No, you can send her a message, absolutely. Now, the question is, do you want to? So we're looking at her page. Just because the page comes up, let's read about it. Founder of the Zen Marketing Group. She got some interesting let me just pop this in here. Okay. Oh, I did. Okay. So do you see what we're talking about? You come over here, you look. Now she's got a follow me button. So here you're talking to an eager socializer. The question is, what does she do? We're looking down here. We're looking for people that can. These are clearly eager socializers. Now the question, of course, is, what do they do? What do you have in common with them? And unless you can see something that some connection, maybe you went to high school with the person, which is another terrific category. So this is somebody that you're going to skip on. Okay, this is somebody here that unless you can see something that she's posting that you can relate to, we're going to pass on her. Okay? Remember, quality over quantity.
Right.
And, okay, so here's Carol, licensed practical nurse at DD Homes. Just posted something 9 hours ago off the news. Okay, this one's funny. So you're finding somebody that's sharing things like this. Hey, I like your post. Let's turn around and see how long has she been a nurse. See, these are the kinds of people. Licensed practical nurse. Work in education. So she's an LPN. And so she's been doing this a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you have to know that she's probably been introduced to a network marketing company or two. So the question is, I'm single. Okay. So right here, I'm single. I have 2 beautiful grandchildren. I'm looking for a wonderful man to meet. Now this is where, let me show you how this works, okay? Let's go back over. Angie messaged us over here. We're going to go back up here to the first message. Let's go over here to here. Let's go over to Jane. See over here, and I'm going to pick the one that we did for Sarah. The one where we're both nurses. So we could take this one right here. Copy it. Now we're going to come back over to Carol. And we're going to send her a message. Now she's looking for a date. Now, but she's still a nurse. And she's been a nurse she's an LPN too. So we can come over here and we can pop that in there. Hi, Carol. Where'd Hi Carol go?
I don't think your mouse ever connected there.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, okay, here we go. So it'll be, hi, Carol. Your page just came up on my Facebook as someone I should like to know. After seeing that you're a nurse too, I'd have to agree. The app, it came up because we're both nurses. Excuse me. But you have no mutual friends.
Right.
So we're going to stop it. LOL. Who knows why Facebook does things? And that's got to end with a question mark. Now, I'm on Facebook to make like-minded, positive people and hope you feel the same way. I see you'd like to meet a nice man on here. And wish you luck. Okay? Now we pop it over. So the whole idea is you're communicating with people and you're going to add her as a friend. Now it's saying here, we recommend sending friend requests only to people you know personally, which is baloney. Because they're so when you see that, the reason you're getting that is because you have no mutual friends.
Right.
Now, and realistically, if you do that whenever possible, you want to find somebody where you have a lot mutual friends, or you've got so much in common with them, so many other connections that you don't see that message. But this one was a shot in the dark. So did this help you a little bit?
It did. It did. This is what I mean, I just need to get on the searches just like you did. And, the copy and pasting, that's very helpful too. I mean, that saves time.
And opening up the tabs.
Right. And opening up the tabs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
I didn't know.
Yep. So what you want to right? This is a time for you of discovery. All right. And we definitely have to get over to LinkedIn, because on LinkedIn, when it comes to searching for, I'm gonna have to turn that off. When it comes to searching for nurses, you've got such great choices of people that you can connect with, and let's just, so reminding ourselves, how many nurses do we have out there? We have 1.5 million. So we're going to show you. Look, it's a process. Just like you're learning how to snow ski, or you're learning how to dance, or you're learning how to play golf. It's a matter of, once you learn the steps and everything else, it's just a matter of going through the process, and you'll get better at searching. And then what we're really going to look at is, and this should be a kind of like a way for you to keep track of yourself. It is when you come in here every day. When you come in here every day, you want to have, like today, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's nine conversations going here. But you can see right up here the start. Hi, Carol, your page just came up. So you want to have 3 or 4 of these new ones every day.
Okay.
Okay? Then on a daily basis, you go back over and you look at your page. You go back to see who your new friends are. Oh, I didn't want to go there. You want to go to your let's see. So you go over to your timeline page, then you click on friends, and then you go over here to recently added friends.
Okay.
So now you've added 11 new friends. So now what we do is we write back to them. We use a second script. Judy, it's nice to have you as a new friend on Facebook. If you know her, what are you doing these days? If you don't know her, Heather, it's nice to have you as a new friend on Facebook. I've met some wonderful new people out here. What do you do? That makes sense?
Right. Yep.
And that starts that starts the whole conversation flow. So
Okay.
just move that along, and
And LinkedIn is basically the same thing that we were doing, right?
right, pretty
Search
much.
for the nurses or whoever.
Yep.
And then connect in the script.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So
I'm gonna
next,
have some exciting news by the time we talk next.
good. I'm sure I will. I'll talk to you then.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye bye.